What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time it's going to be another ranked ladder video utilizing the Belo strategy. So going to be playing the Belo strategy on the ranked ladder once again. Same list as the last list, I believe. If it's not, here it is. I'm currently sitting at 3 raise max with one of the dragons. A little different from my first place treasure cup list, which is on the channel. I believe I was on 2 raise max and 3 Kuma in favor of 2 of the Belo 3 drops. But now it looks like I keep changing the list over and over again, so I'm not exactly sure where I would want to be. I might cut back the raise max and the Kuma again, because I do want to keep trying the 3-drop event, so I might do that. I did take that to a different treasure cup. Unfortunately lost to a Nell. My good friend Aaron, who, you know, is like by far one of the best players in the community, he beat me with a Nell. So you're gonna see in these games that I accidentally queued up some of the first games with this list. When I was on the 4-drop Inazuma Banish just to try it out. So I accidentally queued up with this list, so the first couple games will be with this list, and then the second, or the last half, I believe, games will be with this, the one that I'm currently on as of now. Alright, so let's get into the games. Okay, so here is the first game. Gonna put it in 1.5 for now. Let's get Shanks. Someone has been commenting on my videos saying that like Belo sucks and like has terrible matchups into Shanks, Lucci, and all that, and you know, I love it whenever people say that, like say things, then they're just like so unbelievably certain about them. They like don't even like hedge their words or anything like that. They just like talk nonsense whenever they just like are the most random people ever. They just obviously don't play the deck if that's the case, or don't play it at, you know, at a decently high level. Not to say like I'm the best of all time or anything, because I'm not, like, but it's so obvious that like Shanks is a pretty decent matchup for you, and so is Lucci. Like I can get it, like Lucci can remove stuff, but not without Gecko. Like without Gecko, Lucci is kind of just super easy. Like I just haven't struggled against Lucci yet. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm not playing very good Lucci players, but I just yet to have struggled against Lucci because you just kill him so fast, and they can only remove one body in the early game, and then like maybe sometimes late game they can start removing 2 bodies at a time, but by then you should have already like killed them. But regardless of that whole rant, we're gonna kill this Sanji after we reduce it with a koala, and then going to kill it with the Lindbergh. They're going to take the life, and they're going to hit the 0-drop event. They're going to minus 3,000 to our Ivankov, which is super annoying, but we can still go 6-6. The opponent hasn't used leader ability, so they win a whole turn without using leader ability. And then we're just going to play the Banish Inazuma off of the Ivankov. Gonna go 5 into 4 after reducing it with the stage into the Lindbergh. We're gonna top deck our dragon here, which is like decent. After they rally our Inazuma and minus our Ivankov. Yeah, we're just gonna give 2 Dawn to our leader, boost the board. Now we can go 6. They're gonna have to leader ability 1K. I think. Since they leader ability, now we can go 7s. It's more efficient. They won't die because they have the 0-drop event, but we will put them at 0 life, and we are at 4. They are going to kill our dragon. They are going to kill our Ivankov, and then put up a Lucky Roo, hold up 4 Dawn. And we just kill him here. We can go like 10-10, and even if we don't get there, we're not dead. I am gonna play the Belo just because, you know, just in case, I guess. I don't know, I feel like I'm waffling this as I'm watching it back. Grab the Karasu. We just go 9 when we could have went 10-10. It didn't matter regardless, but yeah, we should just went 10-10 there. Alright, going now against a Pluffy matchup. I do choose to go second in this matchup. I think it is better than going first, even though obviously Pluffy wants to go first. I feel like you just need to, you know, open against Pluffy. You just need to like go second. I mean, you just have to spam bodies, obviously, and your Ivankov is the best way to do that. Your 4-drop Ivankov. They are going to not swing at us, so they are starving us for at least this initial turn. We will play Ivankov. We are going to discard, I believe, the Sabo here to play. Okay, no, we discard the Ivankov, which is fair. To play at the Karasu, because I anticipate potentially going double Betty next turn into another 4, into like grab 2 4-drops, play one of them, play one off Ivankov. They are going to kill the Kuma, and I'm just really hoping they don't have the 7-drop rush, and they don't. They're going to have Luffy Taro into Zoro. Take a Sanji, 7-drop rush. We top deck into the Inazuma, but I think I do want to keep with my play, my initial play of double Searcher, but we don't find any good 4-drops here, so that really tempts me into grabbing this Ivankov, and I think about this for a minute, because like I said, I wanted to do the double Searcher into a double 4-drop play if I could, but since I didn't find like a decent 4-drop off of the search, I'm just really thinking I'm going to take this Ivankov and just play that and like hope to live next turn. Like I could I guess technically die potentially next turn, but it's just super unlikely because I know they have the Sanji rush. So I could potentially die, but if I keep 2k 1k in hand, I'm sure, like surely I live. But actually instead, so now that I'm watching this back, I think I remember what I was thinking at the time was, if they don't go for game, like if they go for game, I'm probably going to be able to counter out of at least one of them. One of the swings, because they can go what 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, and I can counter out the 5 obviously, or if they go like 6, 6, 7, 8, I just need to get a 1k out of life. So I believe that's why I chose to play the Sabo, just to like ensure they can't like double block or hold up a giant or something and clear these 2 characters and I just straight up die. So I decided to play the Sabo off the Ivankov just to replace the body. And be able to have a guaranteed 3 leader abilities next turn, especially since they have the Sanji. They were going to be able to tap the Lindbergh and like clear 3 bodies. So now, I guess considering the Sanji, I do have a guaranteed 2 bodies instead of only 1. And with the Inazuma, that'll give me 3 bodies to boost next turn. So I play around pretty much anything. So he's going to play that Sanji that he searched last turn. Tapping the Sabo, swing 6 into the Sabo, and then just not going to give me any cards, but that's fine, like I said. Because we played that Sabo off of the Ivankov last turn, we will have 3 bodies to swing with here, so it's just pretty much guaranteed game through Giant. And they're just going to give us 1k, so they were bricked up anyway. So we'll make him use the Giant here and give us an extra 1k. And then we'll just go 9-9, and that's guaranteed math game. So, alright, going into the next one against another Shanks, another apparently bad matchup. And our hand is just utter garbage. Double Kuma, double Morley, double Koala. Bro said he played 7 Bettys today. And you know, I don't actually believe that, you know, Betty's popular because of my YouTube videos. It's obviously just a strong deck by itself, and that's why people are playing it, but I thought that would be funny to say. But we are going to play out double body here. We didn't have anything, I don't believe we had the Ivankov. Did we have the Ivankov last turn? Last turn. Sorry, I was jabbering. Yeah, we didn't have the Ivankov last turn, so I'm just not going to play a Bear Karasu. Instead, I'm going to play get like 2 bodies on the field. Play Belo Betty, search for the Ivankov for next turn, and then play out Morley past turn because of obviously leader ability. Would have been nice to like get a instead of Morley, be able to play something else because Morley is so bad. But it's fine here in this situation. It draws out a Mulgun, so that's not like the worst. Really debating on playing Koala here, and I think I just will. If I was able to establish a 4-drop like an Ivankov last turn, I would have been able to do some pretty crazy plays this turn without having to take a life, but fortunately that was not the case. But we are going to play Koala into Ivankov, boost all our 3 little bodies, put out the Karasu, minus 1,000 a leader, 5/5/5. They are just going to go to 7 Dawn, play Ben Beckman, and trash our Karasu, which I'm not exactly sure is the correct one, but that's fair. I feel like you might just want to get rid of the blocker and start pressuring my life, because you are at 4 life after all. But we are going to play Dragon. It's pretty good on curve. We're going to go 5. They will just leader ability, 5, 7, 8, 9, and we gotta hope that this Koala life will get us there. But we do have a ton of counter in hand, like, you know, ton of counter for it being Belo Betty. They are gonna Mole Pistol our Koala, and then they're gonna go 7. We're gonna 2K 1K. 6, and we just 1K 1K. And I'm thinking like Luffy here or something, like Rush Luffy, but instead they go for the Ivankov, play Lucky Roo. I'm not sure that was the play. I get trying to play around triggers, but because if I like triggered anything relevant, or if I had like another 2K in hand and I get another 2K out of life, I'm just guaranteed living. But we got there in the end. We did have a 2K in life, so that's pretty good. Going into the next game, we got a GP Luffy. Our opponent is going to choose to go second because we never win a die roll. But our hand is like decent. We can go 1-drop into 1-drop, 2-drop. Have like 3 5 swings on our 5-down turn. And we did search out the 5-drop Ivankov, so it seems like that will be our play as of now. They're going to search, grab a giant, and then Nami search. Grab a Sanji Pudding. Pass the turn, we're going to go 5. We did top deck a Morley, but I still think the triple 5K next turn is pretty good, and also I can remove the Nami if I do it. But unfortunately, they will have Zoro. Going to kill our Kuma and then go 5 at life. We do not trigger. And then on our 5-down turn, yeah, we're just going to play the Ivankov. Play out Ivankov. And now we have 3 bodies to boost. But I think we discard the Koala to play out the Morley. Then we can go 5 into the Zoro, and if they counter out, we can just like raise max, swing into it again. And it's guaranteed dead, but they let it go, so we're just gonna, you know, swing 5s, keep the raise max on board. Play out the Morley, pass turn. They're gonna have Sanji Pudding. Swing into life here, and I just feel them trying to bait me into, because they're trying to set up like a kill turn with 6-drop Luffy. So I'll just yeah, give him a 2k counter, just so I'm not like straight up dead to 6-drop next turn. In the case I can't kill them, which I don't think is very likely, that I can actually kill them next turn. Unless they're just completely bricked up and their whole life is bricks, which is not very likely. And they will play the Zorajiro. Grab Sanji. We will discard this Morley. We're going to boost up our little guys just to get all the swings in. We'll start with a 6. Just keep making him give us cards so we can kill them probably next turn. Give us a 2k there. Go 6 with Morley. They take it. Go 6 with Leader. They 2k. And now we just go 8-9 play Karasu off of Ivankov, I think. I think I was debating whether I wanted to play the Belo Betty or not, but I think it's just better just to keep it in hand for now. Put them at 0 life, and they paused on the trigger, which makes me think that they just hit an Electric Luna, which could be very annoying if it's paired with a blocker and a Dawn standing. They could Luffy, but it's likely we can draw enough counter to counter out of at least one swing. Yeah, I think this guy like takes forever to think on this spot, if I'm right. So they are going to go 6 into the Morley. We'll just let it die. Seven into the Ivankov. We just let it die. Trying to play around Electric Luna here by not typing our Karasu ever. They're going to search for another Sanji Pudding, play out the Sanji Pudding. Dawn -2, restand 2, gain 2. And then they'll go 7 into the Ivankov, and once again I'm trying to play around Electric Luna because they still have 3 Dawn that they could use for it. And they're just going to pass turn. So I think we just try to win if we can. Here I believe what we do, if we discard the Belo Betty and boost everything, like boost the Raise Max and the Karasu, then we can go 8, 8, 9. And if they counter out of the first 8-8 with Raise Max Leader, then we can still have 3 Dawn to play the, or 8-8-10 actually is what it would be. And we would still have 3 Dawn to play the Karasu. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start 8 into 6. They will Gum Gum Giant. We will go 8 into 6. And we could still go 10 if we wanted to. If they wouldn't have Gum Gum Gianted here, then I probably would have went 10. But since they did, they're only going to go to 5 Dawn next turn, and like they can't Secret Luffy us, so I'm just not scared of anything here. Even if they have the Rush Zoro, they can tap down a blocker, and we still are, you know, fine. So there's nothing really they can do besides maybe like, you know, Nami, search the Going Merry play and then boost the Nami and then Demonic Aura, tapping the Nami and a blocker. And then even then they still have four swings to 3 life and 2 blockers, or 3 life and 1 blocker. So I'm not sure they have an out here. They could put up a blocker and hold up giants, and make us use a blocker, and we just trigger nothing. That is definitely something that could happen. But we've played in a way where like Electric Luna is not a factor, which is, I'm pretty sure like they have an Electric Luna in hand because of that last life that they took. I think the opponent does a little bit more thinking here. And they end up going Merry. Draw 2 cards. Play out the Frankie, gain a Dawn rested, leader ability, restand 2, gain 2 active. Swing. Six into life, we'll take it. We hit an Inazuma, which is, you know, great. No trigger. And we hit the 2-drop trigger, but because they still have 3 Dawn active, I kind of want to save it if they have like a Robin or something, just to make going for game that much easier. And I don't see like and I can keep the 1K in hand, so if they do just go 7 with Sanji Pudding, put up a blocker, or like, you know, do anything else, they just go 7 with Sanji Pudding, I can still 2K, 1K, and have the Inazuma, which is what I really wanted to do. But instead they just had Demonic Aura, swing with the Sanji Pudding, I block, and, you know, kill them on the backswing because their hand was complete bricked. They didn't even have Giants, so, and they did have the Electric Luna. Alright, going into the next game against a Vegapunk, another apparently bad matchup. Which I'm not going to say it's not like a tough matchup, it is a tough matchup, just inherently. Like Vegapunk is strong into decks that play 4K and or 4-drop, 5-drop bodies. They're going to start with a Luffy, we're going to play the Koala past turn. And we're going to trigger a Lindbergh here. We could have thought about not triggering it, just so that we could swing into the Luffy, but I had a feeling that they were just going to pop the Koala anyway, and then I only get 1 attacker next turn, which is very unfortunate, and like my leader ability is only boosting the Ivankov and nothing else, so I decided to trigger it and let them kill it with the Rocket Luffy. That way that we could swing an extra 6 this turn, and we do. We're going to play Ivankov Karasu, swing at life, they take both. Hit Atlas and Pythagoras. They're going to kill our Koala. That's fine. Go 6 at life. And we hit another Lindbergh trigger, which is great. Go ahead and play that. So that'll help out against like the 0K blocker for sure. They're going to play out Lilith, Search. And I'm expecting like something out of putting into life or something. I'm assuming they were like trying to find Shaka here, but I think all they find is, yeah, the Searcher event and then try to find Shaka again. But I think they whiffed again and they have to take the, they just have to settle for the 0K blocker, Vegapunk. And they take the 1-drop event, which is completely useless in this situation. because they have nothing in trash worth playing. Now they could put it on life and then like counter out, take the hit, and then play something, but instead they just play the Vegapunk, and I think that it is a massive misplay on their end, because what they could have done here, they could have definitely like Vegapunk leader ability, put the please save me into life, and then whenever I swing, they go 1k counter take, because obviously I'm gonna swing like 9 or something, or like 8 into 4. They're gonna take and then play the Vegapunk blocker and then find the Shaka like they did, and now they only have to counter out of 1 hit because they can block 2. Well, I guess I would still have the Lindbergh, so they would still have to counter out of 2 hits. But it would be better than this, I think. Yep. Alright, going into the last game of this video. Gonna be against a Red Luffy. Red Luffy, haven't really played the matchup that much to like tell you the truth, but our hand is busted. We're gonna go Searcher into the Karasu. We trigger another Lindbergh, which is just bonkers into this board, like get super uber punished for swinging, because now we can kill the Sanji, let him draw a card, go 5 to 4, and they miss counter. So, you know, what can you do? So they should have one extra 1k in hand. They are going to play Kick Killer, go 7. We'll just take it and let them get the Kick Killer ability. And then they're going to go 7 into Lindbergh, and I think I can kill them next turn, so I'm just going to 2k 1k. And we will just try to do so. I think I misplay here. Yeah, I misplay here. I should have played the cross out of my hand first and go 8 to 3. But it doesn't really matter that much. They will Mulligan the Lindbergh, oddly enough, instead of the Ivankov, but fair enough. I don't think it actually would have mattered that much. Go 7 with the Lindbergh, 7 into 3, 7 into 3, and they cannot win. They don't have enough counter, so yeah. So a couple games with the Belo on the rank sim, having quite a bit of success with it recently, in terms of like real life tournaments and on the sim. So, you know, still enjoying the deck. I think it's a great deck. You know, for now, gonna keep playing it until I want to play something else. So, yep. GG to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.